Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Passion Chair. I am so honored to be bringing on our first featured guest. Her name is Ali Macaulay, and I've known Ali since she was just a young girl. And so I couldn't be more happy to have you joining us today, Ali. How are you today?
I'm good, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here with you. I'm honored to be your first guest, so this is super exciting.
Well, when I first got the idea to start the Passion Chair, it really was all about featuring inspiring and passionate people. And so when I decided to kind of bring back the Passion Chair, um, someone had suggested that I reach out to you and have you come on. And, when I thought about it, I'm like, Ali is the perfect person to start this off because for all of you tuning in, Ali is 20 years old and she is going to college in Olds, and she is an assistant captain on the Olds College Bronco women's hockey team. And Allie has been very passionate about hockey for ever since she was a little girl. And so, just personally, I have been able to watch Allie's journey, and Allie's become such an amazing leader. She's so inspiring, and she's very passionate about hockey, but she also became very passionate about something that she's going to share with you all today. So, Allie, it's just amazing to have you joining me here on the Passion Chair.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. Like you said, it's been an honor just to get to know you for the last however long. So this is super exciting for me and you as well, being your first guest. So thank you.
Absolutely. So, Ali, why don't you kind of share with everyone how your passion for hockey led you to Olds College?
Yeah, for sure. Uh, Coming out of minor hockey was that weird COVID year. I didn't honestly think that I would be playing again, but the coach here reached out to me and offered me, a spot on the team, and I couldn't really let go of that. So here I am, playing where I didn't honestly think that I would be playing. So it's honestly an honor to be playing here, and coming with Jerica as well has been probably one of the best things I could have ever asked for. I actually remember it was so funny when the coach reached out to both of us and he asked, like, would you guys be willing to play? And we both looked at each other and we were just like, what if we went to Olds? And here we are. It's 3 years later is incredible. So to have her by my side, I honestly couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, and Jerica is my daughter, and we've the girls have played hockey together for a number of years, and so as Allie's mom and my mom, we've kind of been co-moms, and so this is where you can all understand how this is really close to my heart to have Allie joining us, um and so Allie, I remember when you both decided like, oh wow, we could go to college and continue playing hockey together. And I remember that summer prior to you girls going off, and you both decided to take business. And I remember you started talking about starting a business and having an e-commerce store. But did you, at that point, did you think that you would actually start a business that was your own concept when you went to college?
Yeah, at that point, no, I had no idea. It was something that I talked about and kind of always thought about having my own business. But as I kind of took more business programs, it kind of felt right. So here I am today, but I did not think that I would be in this position if you would have asked me 3 years ago.
Well, and I remember because what were you planning to take? You originally had planned to get into sciences, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna take my biological sciences at NAIT there, and, I had actually gotten accepted and, paid my deposit to take the program, and that's when the coach here reached out to me, so it was kind of a weird situation where do I do this? Do I do that? But, my mom made a very good point and said, "You're not gonna be a kid forever, so go and do what you love," and here I am and taking business. It was so funny because I didn't think I would actually enjoy being in business. Like, I remember telling her, "Well, what if I don't like it?" And she said, "What if you do? It could open more doors for you, and you can never go wrong with business." But the more programs that I take and the more that I involve in business, I actually really enjoy the program, and it's a great experience to be taking the programs here. So they have a really good program, and I can't complain.
Well, and so Ali, tell us a little bit about when you started when you started beading. Like, did you really see was it that you wanted to start a business, or did you just find a love for beading first?
Yeah, I don't think it was necessarily like me wanting to start a business, but I think just finding a love for beading in my culture, and it was just kind of always something that I had, thought about, but never really picked up on. And last year in the summer, I think beginning of the summer, I just like I kept seeing these keychains everywhere, and I was like, wow, those are so nice. I would love to have one. Well, I could probably make one. So I got the supplies and learned from a lot of YouTube videos, and it just kind of led me to where I am today. I have a website now, Instagram, and now just kind of evolving is pretty incredible.
Well, and I think it's really interesting, and I would really love for you to share, how beading has not only enabled you to start a business, but how you mentioned it connected you back to your culture. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I am Métis, so growing up, it's kind of something that a lot of people take special, which is something that should be. But there's a lady here at the college, her name is Joanne, who she does a lot of the Indigenous stuff on campus and hosts a lot of Indigenous awareness stuff. They have it's called the gathering room here on campus where you can go, and you can go if you're not Indigenous or if you are, and they just have a bunch of little things like they make you aware of your culture. Like I had no idea about half the stuff that I've learned this year, and she was the one who actually taught me how to bead like on a flat surface. Like I make pins now, earrings, that type of stuff, and she was the one who actually got me really connected with that. And then just learning from her, like she hosts little meetings and stuff, and then they get a lot of elders here on campus, which anybody is welcome to go to. So it's been really cool to just kind of really connect and find who I am essentially.
So you started out with keychains because you really wanted a keychain and you wanted to see if you could make it. And so you mentioned you started to learn on YouTube. But what did you start what led you to start beating your hats, and I've seen now your shoes and all of these different pieces. What made you decide to do that?
I think just having a love for it, it's something that keeps me relaxed. As many people know, I have ADHD, so this is something that I can really connect with and just kind of settle me down. Like sometimes I sit down and then it's like, oh my God, it's been 4 hours. Um, and then a lot of people have just reached out to me. The shoes, for instance, I had a client message me and ask if I'd ever beat it on shoes, which I'd seen a lot of people had before, but I'd never tried. So I was willing to try for her. She said she wanted it for a wedding, a matching hat and shoes. Um, so I just went out and bought a cheaper pair of shoes and beaded them up, and here we are. So I guess just evolving and like finding new things to bead every day is just kind of where I'm at today. Like I have the keychains, pins, earrings, the hats, the shoes, and now I'm just kind of picking away at what I can to try and evolve.
Just to continue and create. Well, and um, I think it's really amazing that you actually do custom orders as well. So how if someone wanted a keychain and they wanted a specific pattern, they can choose that, correct?
Yeah, you bet. On the Instagram, that's where I kind of take the orders from, or Messenger. I have my phone number as well as my email up on my platform, so they can reach out on there. I do have a website where it shows all of the colors. So if people are interested in picking colors, as well as on the Instagram, I post all of the keychains and everything that I make on there so that if they wanted, a pattern that they've seen before, it's definitely something. I don't take custom orders for the hats and the shoes at the moment, only because with being a full-time student and athlete, it gets a little bit busy. They do, like the hats take about 6 hours, the shoes probably like 3. So just with being an athlete and being busy in school, it does get fairly busy, but the keychains and pins and whatnot is fairly simple. So I do take custom orders for those.
So, Ali, do you have a hat and maybe a keychain that you could show
I do.
you have with you?
So this is one of the hats that I have at the moment. I don't know if you can really see it. It's
Yeah.
turquoise, reds, greens, orange, yellow, and white, and black.
So how did you choose the patterns for the hats?
So these colors right here, what you see, I'll bring it a little closer, but these are called fire colors. They're a really big thing in Indigenous culture and with beadwork. And then just turquoise is also a really big color with the Indigenous. And then this hat is actually it's actually sold. It's going to somewhere in Edmonton, but the lady who bought it actually was like, could you please make me another one? So I'll probably be making another one for her. But yeah, I think the patterns and stuff, it's just it's actually really interesting because some of the colors, when you put them together, they don't really look like they would belong. And then once you like finish it, you never really know the finished product until it's actually done. Like sometimes I think stuff is not very nice, but then it's done and I'm like, oh, I actually kind of like it. But it's also interesting because when I do take custom orders, it opens my eyes to different colors that I would never pick. Like a lot of people pick unique colors and unique patterns that I wouldn't like think of. And that's the beauty of getting a custom order, right? Is you get to choose what you want. You get to choose the colors. So it's just really interesting to see what you can come up with. Like, it's incredible. And here I have a keychain. This is a medium keychain. This one is also a custom order. It's going out fairly soon. So that, and then as well as I do make these little pins. It's an Oilers pin, but on the back is just a simple little pin that you can just attach to your shirt. I have some earrings, but they're basically just like the pins. They just have an earring back instead. And then, yeah, I have different sizes of the keychain. So an extra small, a small, medium, and a large keychain. And then, yeah.
And so you have a few different places where they are selling your keychains. So do you have any visions for really getting more of your work out? Is there any, if you could put your work in any popular storefront, where would you love to see them?
That's a good question. I'm thinking probably somewhere in a mall where, it's kind of busier traffic. There's actually a place in Red Deer. It's like handmade little stuff, little trinkets and whatnot. I think it would be pretty cool to get into there. So we'll see what happens. But I do have some stuff in Stettler at Jacked Up Coffee, as well as in Bonnyville at the Lakeland Grill there. And then I just have a bunch of stuff going out too. My uncle's sister owns a fish processing plant in BC. Um, and I actually met her for the first time at Christmas. I didn't really know her. So she was interested in the keychains and asked if I could make up a whole bunch for her and she would sell them for me there. So I've been fortunate enough to get, some out at different places, but I'm definitely interested in growing that vicinity. So,
well, and for anybody who's watching, and they, someone may reach out to you to feature your work in their stores. So that's really amazing. Ali, if you could, I don't know if you've kept track, but could you even guess how many keychains you've made since you started?
that's actually a funny question. At Christmas, so I buy the key rings by bulk at Halford and Hyde's in Edmonton. Each bag is 100 little rings, I guess. And I actually just went through 100. So I'm going to guess like probably 150 because this was before Christmas that I went through 100 and I've made so many since then. So probably like 150 if I'm guessing a rough estimate.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so how many hats do you think you've made?
Um, I'm going to say 6, maybe.
6
Yeah,
hats.
probably 6.
And
Yeah.
so the hats that you have hanging up on your wall, those are ones that have not been beaded yet?
Yeah, the one over here on the very far corner, that one's actually for sale. It is up on Facebook, as well as my Instagram. And then the other ones haven't been beaded yet. I'm still just kind of working on that. I'm actually got one on the go. I actually have one black one hanging back there that's in the making as well. And then just kind of trucking along with the progress as I go.
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
I seen you wearing a pair of the shoes that you had beaded when I came to watch your hockey game the last time. So I think that if anybody wants to see all of the things that you make, they can go to your Instagram page. Is
Yeah,
that
you bet.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have everything posted on there, from the pins, the earrings, the hats, everything, as well as on the website. There's a link in my Instagram bio. It just takes you right to the website. It's just kind of about me, how I got started with the process. And then it has one page for all of the colors that I use. So if people wanted to custom order, there's numbers that they can just send to me right under the color. That's how I know for sure exactly what color that they would want. And everything's on there. So,
That's awesome. So
yeah.
can you just share with everybody watching how they can find you on Instagram?
Yeah, you bet. My Instagram is beating underscore Ali. So they can just simply type that in and it should pop up. And then, as well as, I don't have a Facebook for it. I just kind of post on my own Facebook, Ali Macaulay. But the Instagram page is not private. My Facebook, I think, is.
Okay.
But yeah, and then through there, there's just, like I said, the website in my Instagram bio. And yeah,
That's wonderful. And I'll make sure to include it as well in the chat, so that people can, just hopefully just click the link and then it can take them right to your Instagram page. And so,
perfect.
Ali, do you have any vision for where you would like to take your business?
At the moment, no. I'm kind of just trying to get by school. We have a couple months left. And then I'm not really sure. It's just kind of one of those things where I'm just kind of seeing where it takes me. So it's funny because people don't actually realize how much time and effort it takes to be, like I said, the hats, like they take like 6 hours or more, depending on the size. Um, so I don't know. I'm just kind of feel like I said, seeing where it goes and we'll see what happens. But
That's amazing. And I really feel like you have developed an entrepreneurial spirit. So I can't wait to see, what other, potential businesses are also in your future.
yeah, it's actually really cool because a lot of the stuff that we do here at the college, like for instance, the website that I had used, we like use that platform in school, so I kind of had a familiarity with it, as well as just kind of how you start your own business and whatnot. We talk a lot about that with business programs, so it's definitely helped me a lot, and just kind of going through the motions and being able to incorporate the business side of things with my own business now is really interesting.
Well, and that was going to be my next question is having taken your business program in Olds College, um, do you feel like you have gained, all aspects to, basically to launch a business and to have learned everything that you need in order to, be successful in operating your business?
Yeah, I think for the most part, like right now, the thing that we're doing is a project with an actual business. So um, we got paired up in groups, and then any business can apply. It's like a program that they do every year. So the final year of your business, you work with like a business and you like help them with something that they need help with. So for instance, the business that we're working with, they want to build a better clientele. And so we started right from the bottom, like writing them a mission and a vision statement because she didn't have one. Writing her up a business plan is what we're doing right now, and then just incorporating little things like going, like we took some surveys. We're doing interviews right now with her clients and just trying to figure out where we can help her be better. So I think that it's kind of starting from scratch with her has helped me along the way as well, because you kind of get a familiarity with things, and we get a lot of really good feedback from our instructors, as well as feedback that can help us in the future. So it's been really cool to kind of see how things are working out and how it's kind of helped me along the way as well. I like haven't really, like for instance, of mission and vision and business plan, I haven't really thought of that, but now that we are working on it and I kind of know what to do, it's definitely something that I'll be doing in the future. So
That's amazing.
yeah.
It's really wonderful to hear, what you have been able to how you've been able to apply everything that you've learned. And so, Ali, what you're going to graduate from your program here at the end of April. And so what are your future plans?
That's such a common question that so many people ask, but to be honest, the answer I couldn't tell you. I'm just kind of riding the wave and just trying to play it by ear and see what happens. But at this moment, I don't have no idea.
Well, and you know what? It's totally okay that you don't, because you're just going to be turning 21, and you have this in your pocket, but I mean, there's still so much opportunity for you to continue to explore what it is that you really want to do. And so I think that's what makes your journey just so inspiring, is that you took a chance to try something that you weren't sure of, and you have gained so much, and you have done so much with this opportunity that you had. And I just think that any young girls that are playing hockey, and they aspire to go to college and continue playing hockey, and and follow their dream, or just so very inspired by you and just the example that you are. So I just think you're an absolutely incredible young woman, and I'm just so happy that I could have you come on to the Passion Chair and share a little bit of your passion for hockey. Even though we really didn't talk much about hockey, we really just talked about beating by Ali. But your journey's inspiring, and coming out of COVID, going into college. I mean, I know firsthand. I watched everything that you girls face, the challenges. And so what do you feel was your greatest lesson um over the last couple of years?
I'd say probably just moving out of home, learning how to be on your own. Like, I'm very thankful that I have Jared to live with me, and like it's been incredible. But just probably learning how to, fend for yourself and deal with things that you might not have thought you could get through. But just looking back, like it's been an incredible experience and shaped me into who I am today, essentially. So I think probably the biggest thing would just be like learning how to live on your own. And mom and dad are always there for you, but it's nice to kind of be on your own and fend for yourself and know that you can get through things. But none of this is possible without mom and dad, and the friends that I have here and the friends that I have back home who support me. um, so it's just been an incredible journey, and yeah, it's been awesome, honestly. And like I said, to have Jared by my side is it's actually been one of the best things that I could ever ask for, and I'll cherish that forever, and I know that we'll have a bond forever, regardless if I move on and graduate this year and she stays here. I know I'll always have a best friend who I can kind of rely on all the time. So it's been awesome.
Well, and that's so amazing. And so you girls are just wrapping up your regular season, and you are set to play Nate in the first round. So tell us a little bit about for anyone who wants to follow you girls in this playoff run. How can people watch um, this this playoff round?
Yeah, there's it's ACAC TV is what it's called. I think it's 11 or $13 to sign up. That's for the whole year. You can watch any ACAC sport, whether that's volleyball, hockey. A lot of the other sports have finished and wrapped up already. We're kind of the only ones going, but they can watch on there, as well as there's the ACAC where they can follow online. And we do have an Instagram page, our hockey team, and a Twitter. I think they keep that fairly updated, but I'm not sure if they come to the road games, but I do believe that they keep it updated at the home games. So yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I want to wish you and your team all the best in this playoff run. And I just want to congratulate you on, the success that you've had in your business so far, and the success that you have had at college, and, within your hockey. And just thank you again so much for joining me today for the Passion Chair relaunch. And I just can't wait to see, where your journey takes you from here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor.
You're so welcome. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And you can find more details of how you can get connected to Ali through her social media platforms, which we will include here in the comments for you. So thank you again so much, Ali, and thank you all for tuning in. And I'll be back next week with another great feature on the Passion Chair. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.